Hello friends, I'm Angie.
I'm Michelle.
And we're Blue Heavens. Today we came to talk about labels. Is there another one? Evolving.
Well,
You are evolving.
getting out of this whole...
Yes. You're not going to be what you were when you said that you don't know who you are. When you're at the beginning, you can choose it. Who am I? Like, you get to truly identify that, and then you get to show authenticity. No, it's accepting. I have an authenticity around me somewhere. Then you get to be authentic again, and then that will make you even happier, and that will make you resonate all these wonderful things and help heal everything also.
Yes, I haven't been. I wore a mask for a real long time. And I'm still wearing a mask because I channel, and I have to, and I feel I have to keep wearing that mask, and I would like to take that mask off. Because what I feel like, channeling is not a bad thing. I feel what we do isn't, but But I get told by my son that like a girl he likes that if I channel in front of her, she'll think I'm crazy or I'm weird. But these energies deserve respect, and they deserve to be around other people. They do so much for everybody. I know people just think they're energies with no feelings, but they are so helpful and they're so loving. And I mean, I know I'm these things too. Somewhere in here, I know I am, but part of me removing this mask, the authentic, is bringing them out safely. And I feel like I can't do that right now. And that hurts me because they deserve that. They deserve that respect as much as I would deserve. I don't deserve that respect, but they do. They deserve that love. And I mean, I feel like I gotta hide, and that hurts. I feel bad.
I get that, but sometimes we do have to hide because people don't understand it.
I know.
So until they have an understanding,
but that's still,
sadly, we have to put some of our light in a box until they're willing to see what's inside that box.
But that's part of my can't be fully 100% authentic.
Right, and that's hard. Our friend Jack Valentine had a video on masks, and I love that he said that teenagers, middle schoolers in particular, have a really hard time of figuring out who they are, that they put on so many masks, that's why they have acne. And I thought that was such a brilliant realization. And I had terrible acne as a kid, and I was trying it all on.
Look at my face all broke out. My whole face is broke out.
Because you're not authentic. Your body's rejecting it.
I can't be.
Huh?
I can't be authentic. As long as I can't bring them out, I'm not going to ever be authentic. So, and as long as my face will probably stay that way, it makes sense that you mentioned that. Because my face, I've done everything. It is not cleared up. Right. So that's until I can bring them out safely. I will not. When I say safely, but I feel like I understand their energies. I get, but that's part of the authenticness of me. I can't be authentic if I can't. I know that sounds stupid, and it might sound to somebody that doesn't do this, but they're a part of our lives. What would you? It's like your child. It's like your husband. You want to show them off. You want to bring them in, but people, you don't know how they'll react to it. So you try it. When I say protect, you don't want somebody to come out lashing at them because they're
or insult them when they don't understand it. I get it.
Exactly. Right. But I can't be authentic, and I can't take that mask off. I can take it to a point, but I will never be it until I can. So that, unfortunately, I will never be 100% authentic. I'll be a little bit. But the authenticness, though, getting divorced, I could be more now. I could be more myself. My kids can be more them now. And I don't have to hide. But that makes sense with the acne. Yeah. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. He's got it, man.
He does have it.
I think that's pretty good. What do you think?
I'm hearing Spirit say let's do one more.
Okay.
I was hearing Spirit just say one more.
Okay, do you want me to pull one off you?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, she'll pull one off me. Because they just want to do one more.
Oh, I like this one. Pushover.
Yeah.
So who said that?
Oh, always called me a pushover for everything. Kenny called me a pushover. Laura calls me a pushover. Loki calls me a pushover, and he wants me to work on that. So I've been a pushover. Missy called me a pushover. That's why she did what she did. Kids at school called me a pushover. So basically everybody's called me a pushover because I don't have boundaries put. And so that I've been labeled a pushover.
I think again, I have pushover too in me, and I feel like we're giving. When you're giving and you're wanting to teach people things, it's like you are a pushover. Like in the Bible, it says that if someone comes to steal your coat, you give it to them.
Right.
It's like that's right. It's your mentality.
I
Just
never thought
instead
of
of
that
taking
way.
it, I'm giving it to you. You're not taking anything from me. I'm giving it. I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as love, and people don't understand love.
But see, I took it as a negative
Yeah,
label.
and it's not. No.
See, I took it always as a negative because
It's
it was
not.
thrown to me as a negative
Right.
label. See, so some labels that you might carry
Yeah.
would carry a positive, and have
Yes.
somebody tell you that.
Yes, because I thought the same thing. I was always a pushover. Again, not healthy boundaries. I'm learning how to have good boundaries, but again, if you want to steal my coat, I'm giving it to you.
Right.
And that's you. That's not a pushover. That's love.
Right.
That's something we're supposed to have within
And
us.
there's one I want to put back on you
Okay.
too, mother.
Oh,
You are a great mother, Angie.
I
That has to go back.
try.
You are a great. All of these that you put on me are you, but
yeah,
mother.
I
if we-
wanted to share them with you so you could see that they're
But
in
mother
there
needs
too.
to go here because I want you. You're such a great mother to your girls.
I tried. I didn't give them the best shot at life. I didn't know, and I'm trying my best to make up for it.
And well, Locaus has found one on you.
Okay.
He definitely wants is the childish, and he
Yeah.
loves this part of you. He said this is one of
Yeah.
his favorites, is the childish part. Maybe you're seeing it as, but as
Oh no, it's a
I
beautiful
love
part
that.
of me because I lost it.
yeah,
I lost this in my marriage.
you had yeah, and I lost mine
Yeah.
in my marriage too.
But when I found Scott again, he allowed me to do this. It was no longer a bad thing. It was a beautiful thing. And now I love that because there's so
Yeah.
much joy to bring to people when you're childish, and being adult is hard. And I'm the age of an adult, but I have the insides of a child, and
Yeah.
I can dance and I can sing and I can color and I can
Yes.
be playful, and I love those things because I missed those things when I was sad and didn't feel them. I'm thankful I have them again.
And that is what I'm missing, is being childish.
Yeah.
I miss all that. And Locaus is so, he loves the childish part. He
Yes.
brings it out.
He does.
And he does in the Christmas movies, watching his reactions, but he's so childlike in watching them. He
Yeah.
brings a perspective, and he makes the kids happy because he brings a childlike quality to them. And he'll, like the rain, for example. My kids, one of the things he did, it was childlike, and he wanted to bring it to my kids. They were like not wanting to do it, participate. But he's like, would you? And they all love Locaus. When he says, "I want to do something," they're all like, you know, and they know it's going to be something they've never, you know. So what is it going to be? So when it lightly sprinkles, my kids act like it's going to be the worst possible thing. I walk in it, sprinkle, because me and Grandma, we both love the rain. So Grandma taught us to read, love that. Well, they caught that too hard, but just a little bit of sprinkling. Grandma loved it, so we learned to love that too. My kids hate it, so there's no way they're going to do it. So it was barely sprinkling outside, just a little bit of rain. And he says, "Well, let's go out." And they go, "No." And he goes, "Will you do it for me?" And he'll gild them in this way he knows how. So they go outside with him, and he just starts twirling. He was just doing it, and they looked at him so weird, and he's laughing. They're laughing at him, and he goes, "Well, why are you laughing at me? Why don't you just join in?" And none of my kids would do it, but they were too busy laughing at him doing it. He just didn't care. And then he watched Elf, because my kid said he's Elf, he's Buddy the Elf. And when he says, "I'm singing it, I'm on, I'm singing." John goes, "That was okay in the rain. I'm twirling in the rain, and I just don't care." And that's what he does. He brings
And I do that. Sometimes if I see it's raining, and especially if I'm kind of had a hard day, I'm going to go out and I'm going to twirl in the driveway. If there's people out, I don't care. There's something so free about it, and especially when it's raining.
Yeah.
Whew, it does something to you.
I was little chaos, and I love it, you know.
Me
And I watch
too.
Buddy the Elf, and I am Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
And I go and I sing, her neighbors will be out, and I hear Michelle go, "Don't do it." And I'm like, whatever song, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm singing, and I just don't give up, you know. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, being happy and childish. And it was one of her neighbors. I was out there dancing. It was yesterday, beautiful weather, and this little boy, I don't know how old he is, next door. And I was out there, like, she lets me channel off and on, right? But I was out channeling, and I wanted to enjoy the weather with her, you know. So she's like, "All right, you want to do something?" And I'm like, "I probably will." So I'm like dancing. She had some music on. I loved it. And I'm dancing, you know. And there's like, you know, getting the. I took the arms. I look over. This little boy's going and pointing at me, going. it made me kind of sad. This little boy's like maybe 4 or 5. He tried to be like this age, and I'm trying to be that age.
Right.
But I thought it was sad that the little boy had to stop and stare to me like, as an adult, you don't act like that.
Right.
And see that, and so I was like, well, children should be children, and I feel they try to grow up. But these little 4 or 5-year-olds like watching me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them like, what are you doing? Like, you should be doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
But you could just, and then he was like, the father was just like, don't look, like, you're crazy. But no, I'm having fun. That's part of her label she puts crazy, because people say her crazy or weird. But I was like, that's great.
Yeah, I've got crazy or weird on me too. And
Yeah, right.
again, we're unique.
But I like the childish because you bring that out, and I love that in these videos. And even her Trevor had said that. He goes, she brings a childlike spiritual way, because that's how Jesus taught. And it's like, hey.
Well, I'm thankful that I can attempt to teach like Jesus.
Yes, and that, and I got to get her from being so here.
She'll get there. It'll heal. It's hard.
It hurts me to watch this. This is one of the hardest
It's not
ones.
a good place to be. Divorce is really hard.
I don't know what any of that is,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to sit with her and be calm, but this is very hard for her.
Yeah.
And she had no good to put, and she says, I don't deserve to have the good labels. If you put all these good on her, she goes, I don't deserve anything. She kept saying, I'm not worthy. And I was like, let's think of some positives of me,
Right.
but she didn't want to think of me positive. She just wanted to go towards the negative and that. But
Maybe you guys should write down some labels
Yes,
on you and pay
yes.
attention to them. Where'd you get it?
maybe try this with somebody
Yeah.
else. This is
Yeah, it was
So-
just therapeutic.
It was very therapeutic, and you've seen that. And maybe you do this, like have a trusted friend, family member, somebody, and just sit and do this. Put
Yeah.
labels, and you pick it off of them and see what happens,
Yeah.
good or bad. And you'll start to observe like all these are just bad and negative. You had mixed, and you had more positive, and she had all negative. And see, that may open your eyes to how to help somebody else. I bet that opened your eyes, and this
Yeah.
is what Michelle needs. Now I know
Right.
more what Michelle needs.
Yes.
And Michelle now knows Angela is here, like on her evolution. It inspired Michelle. So your labels can inspire other people,
Yes.
or ask people that I need some help here, and inspire me to the level that I need, and show you the information that you need to grow. Labels will help you grow. We just have to, sometimes. But if you do this with somebody, I would suggest that. I would suggest people doing that.
Yeah.
You'll learn a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And this is Michelle, and I learned a lot.
Told you.
And you explained some things to me
Yeah.
that I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And that was, so this was actually, as I'm feeling he probably said, it was, it'll help, if, and that, but it helped me open my eyes to some things.
Because I asked you to send me these things, and I know you didn't want to, because
No.
I wanted to write them all down so you could see them. And a lot of the ones on her list, most other than I think 2, were what I wanted to put on myself, and Spirit kept reminding me that's not you anymore. That's not you anymore. You're
Right.
not there anymore. And I was so drawn to wanting to do it. And they're like, no, don't even label yourself that way again. You're not there anymore. So when I got
Right.
to evolving for me, I thought that was a beautiful thing, because I knew what they're doing here. They're showing her the evolution of this.
Yeah.
That she's not going to be stuck there. She has the potential for all these fun, amazing things
Right.
are available to her when she's ready for them.
Right.
You're not being pushed into it. Healing will take its time. It is unfortunate that we have to hit rock bottom to want more, but that's
Right.
how we function. So if that's how we function, let's work there.
And let's work on
Right.
that. So this was actually very therapeutic, and I've been afraid to tell you a lot of things going on, and you notice she has a lot, I have very few, but these are just the most self-destructive ones. I don't see any positives on me at all. And it helped me open my eyes to things I wasn't seeing on the labels. Like, I didn't realize some were just given to me, but the pushover is actually a good one, because I never thought it was a bad thing, but people made it sound like it was a bad thing. So on that, but Loki says I am, but he says you need to have boundaries.
Yes,
But
still
his
need
was,
healthy boundaries.
because I don't have the healthy. But this was very therapeutic.
Yeah.
But that way just kind of tells you things I don't mention, but it would help. But this is also very vulnerable.
Yes.
This is being very vulnerable, and I don't like that. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody likes it. But I love you enough, and I love everybody out here enough to know that, and I trust Spirit.
Yes.
I trust Spirit, because they're very vulnerable. When they do what they do to come through us, they're very vulnerable.
Yes.
as they don't know what's going to be expected, you know. So they're vulnerable, and I applaud that because they do this all the time with the vulnerability to help.
Yeah, and again, this label
So-
thing is another thing they've worked on with me for a while.
Yeah.
This is something I want to do. Labels. We label everything
We
so we
do.
can understand it, but a lot of
Yes.
labels just don't make sense or aren't necessary. Let's start taking some of these labels off.
Yes, and let's start doing that. Let's
Yeah.
just start taking these labels off. But you know, this was a very hard one to do, but it was necessary for the next part of evolvement of life.
It opens up our eyes once we can see it clearly. We shined a light on these things. We brought them to the surface so we can see them.
So I'm glad. So I'm glad. I've been dreading this video,
Yeah.
but I'm glad we did it now.
Glad
I'm
we
really,
did it
really
too.
glad.
I
So I'm
told
really
you
glad.
you would be.
I'm glad, and the
Yeah.
one that made me cry was the
Yeah.
one that loved or whatever that just clicks with me, and I just don't feel
I knew
it.
it would. I didn't either. But I do now.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that I didn't either. I didn't feel loved either, but I do now.
And one thing I would like too is, even though all of these things in this dark spot, I'm still channeling the divine. So I can't be that bad that I feel
Right.
if I can do this.
Absolutely.
So what everybody out here as well, you've got the spiritual gifts in that, and you feel because of these few little things, it's still there. That's just right here as an example. This is all still here.
Yes.
They channel.
Yes, divinity can still come through you, whether you feel aligned with it or not.
And that's this is right here, just proof of that.
It does.
Because to channel you have to have a high level of the
Yes.
vibration. So just because these were put on me doesn't mean they're true labels, or there's just things I need to work on.
Yeah.
But that's exactly part of this exercise to show everybody as well. The divine is still on your side, so we'll understand that. Even if you got all these labels on you, look what we're doing. And you see where I'm at, you see where Angie's at now, it just shows you can evolve.
It does.
And you can evolve, and then and then you just, and then you're an example to somebody else.
Yes.
So right now she's my biggest example, and I thank you for that.
You're
So
very welcome.
she is my example. And so, and then when she did say, you just think you channel divine, it had to click here.
Yeah.
It did. You notice it took a little bit
Right.
to click.
We have to have visuals. We are visual beings.
Yes.
We have to use our senses
Yes.
to get. That's why Spirit and I have been working really hard to think outside the box. How can we be visual? How can we
Yes.
use these things to prove points to people? And I think this one turned out really good.
I like
again.
this, and this one I love, and that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. But it also makes the point too
Yes.
about your divinity.
It
It's always
does.
there. That he's always watching, no matter she's watching, no matter
Yes.
what, and you can still do all of this. So, and even in our dark spots or light spots, we are still a light to somebody.
And it says that all of darkness is light to the Creator anyway.
And now in the night sky, the stars come shine through. If it wasn't for the dark sky, you would see the stars.
Right, the contrast.
So,
you get
the
to
contrast.
see the beauty of the stars with the contrast of the darkness of the night sky.
Yes, and I think Loki is dark, but I think he's very beautiful.
Absolutely.
So I do find there's something special about the darkness.
The duality.
The duality.
There's beauty in both. We need to see there's beauty in both.
That's exactly it. Well, you notice how I went right to Loki on the
Yeah,
darkness,
right.
and I didn't go. But Locaeus and Marcus as well is so beautiful,
Yeah.
and that as well. So I wouldn't exclude, but I go right to Loki
Yeah.
because right now that's where I can relate.
Right.
I relate
Right.
to Loki.
That's your wavelength right now. That's your heart.
But he helps me out, and I'm helping
Yeah.
him out. So I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Know you were unconditionally loved by the Creator of the universe.
And this is Marcus, and I got to get used to this. Ooh, it's a lot of here.
A lot of emotion. Yeah, you haven't really come through that, have you?
No, I have not. And this, I
Yeah.
don't know if I like this.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. I don't. Can I hold your hand?
Oh, sure.
I don't like this. Feeling.
Okay,
This
yeah.
makes me. I don't
Well,
like
I think
it.
that's good for people to see then maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You would just say your line and get. Oh,
Oh, no hate, but she hurts.
it's all right.
Oh, why do I want to cry? Why, honestly, do I want to cry?
Because she had to face a lot of things so she can heal them. But she will.
Oh, I just feel like I want to cry.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Why? Because I.
All right. Well, it's all right.
Because I love her so much, it just hurts me.
Yeah.
And I hear Lokea say, because you love her.
Yeah, because you love her. You're feeling pain because you love her.
Oh,
See, she is loved.
she's very loved. I think that she doesn't feel
I
that.
know, I hate that too. But
Yes,
she's not alone.
And the divine's trying to.
Aww.
Because she hurts.
She'll be okay. It's alright.
I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know. Is this what it feels like?
To be a broken human, yeah. To feel defeated.
I feel like I want to take this from her. Like, I don't know this emotion that I'm feeling.
It's heavy.
Like, I don't want her to feel this. Like, I can say everything is beautiful, know you're loved, but when she doesn't feel loved and she doesn't feel it, and I think that is, I keep hearing Lokea tell me you're feeling love. I don't know what it means to say that word. Because I don't want her to feel
Because
that.
you guys care for her, I guess you don't have love, but you have a caring and a protectiveness over her.
Yes, yes.
It's different than what love is. Love is sensitive.
Because I know what this was. I never felt this part. They hide that from me. Loki hide that from me. I don't know.
Why don't you bring Michelle back?
Is he alright?
Yeah, you just I don't think he knew you could hurt like that. So we'll have to do some prayers for Marcus.
Okay. Well, okay, so he'll do the ending.
Okay.
Because he says he can.
Okay.
This is Marcus. I'll finish.
Okay.
I'll finish it. But I'm okay if you put this in the video.
Okay.
Actually, so they can see.
Yeah,
it.
I think it's
Okay. But I know you're loved, and I hope she feels that she's loved too.
Yes.
And that know you're so loved unconditionally, and that somebody cares for you and loves you, and if you do not feel it in your darkest hours, and somebody does love you, even if you don't feel it, that they do love you. So just know you're loved and everything is beautiful. And keep that in the mind's eye. And keep that in your mind's eye.
We love you guys, and we do hope that you feel this love, that you're wanting to be open to it, to be vulnerable for it. Yeah. We love you, and
We
we'll
love
see
you.
you in our next video.